ladies and gentlemen, the time has come where Africans must now project the positivity of Africa. You can say you missed water for one day, then you say all Kenyan 56 million people have no water, and then we are very bad. You can't get one thief, and then you said everybody is a thief. Are you justified? Now, ladies and gentlemen, today, those who went to America in the early 60s, including the people from here, the late Tomboy and the team, some of them are being returned back home. When they were dropped by parachutes, they don't know what they left home. Make your word great again. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an appeal from me that civilization starts from your word. And if you think that you are an elite in California, that you are an elite in London, that you are an elite in Tokyo, that you are in Copenhagen enjoying the good trains, the day when you will be returned to your word, first of all, they will not know you, you will not know them, and they will ask you, where did you go when we were suffering? And you will say, I was misled. Today, we want to say we informed you in Homa Bay. And God, Allah, will not forgive you.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me now to shift gears a little bit, but we are still focusing on the locally led action and feedback from the same. I tend to believe we've all been here since yesterday and up to now, the kind of discourse that is going on about devolution. Actually, we are seeing devolution being described befittingly as Kenya's most transformative governance shift since independence. And that's for the sole reason that it has brought the government closer to the people, ensured equitable development, and helped us as a country kickstart a reversal of decades of marginalization. In the same breath, we in the climate space, right now we have every reason to celebrate FLOCA for its grassroots people-centered approach that gives priority to the strengthening of local resilience to climate change by empowering county governments and communities to implement climate-resilient projects and manage climate risks effectively.
We have a serious panel, and from this serious panel, we're going to speak about the real changes, as Ndugu Peter said, the real changes that are happening on the ground, but also what are the few challenges and the gaps that we are experiencing or they are seeing from FLOCA.
For us, in terms of financing locally led climate action, whatever it is that we have done as an organization, first I'd like to mention that we have been cognizant of the fact that issues of climate change is here with us. It's an emergency and therefore we must act very urgently. And as Wangari Maathai normally says, that her small way of creating change was planting trees, and asked each and every one of us to identify our small way. For us as an organization, we have had small ways at individual levels, but also at community level. And individually with community members, we've been able to have sessions where there is environmental education that is happening amongst community members through our community facilitators. So we normally have facilitators who are assigned to different groups, and to make it easier, we have the sessions when the groups are meeting so that we do not have to incur cost, and that is a sustainable way of us doing it. Secondly, we have encouraged the adoption of kitchen gardens at the community level, given that most of the times you work with women and girls at that level. So we encourage them to take up conical gardening, which is a little bit easier for them at their level.
You can go to a place where you find somebody vulnerable and there's a rich society around them. Why can they take that action and initiative? And so in all this business, we want to see that more and affordable houses are built. We want to see that houses have basic services. It's not just water, it is energy, everything that is required. We want to see that houses have secure land, because at the end of the day, If land is not secure, you don't have good houses coming in. And then we want to see houses become more habitable.
We have slow onset disasters like the drought, which I know we are all familiar with. And the slow onset disasters are actually silent killers. This country is perennially becoming exposed or overly exposed to the kind of disasters that come with climate change. I know we understand about the sudden onset disasters like the road accidents and all that. I may not need to talk about that, but now going to how we come in to support the slow onset disasters. Kenya Red Cross appreciates the fact that there's quite some damage that has been done on environment. So first and foremost, we look at how to restabilize the environment, and we do that with quite a number of interventions. Maybe I'll just mention a few. We support nature-based solutions within the counties, and we are in the 47 counties, so I may not need to talk about which county because again, we have a very clear understanding of the landscape of emergencies within the country. Having been in this space for quite a number of years, we understand which region has what emergencies and what kind of responses need to happen within those counties. But again, coming closer to localization, Kenya Red Cross is actually a member organization. All of you seated here can become part of us. And that makes us then very much well-versed or, with a very clear understanding of the major issues that affect the counties from the very grassroots and driving the response actions all the way to the last mile.
One, we came to realize that the community, they were not aware about FROCA projects. So we have been able to create awareness. We have been engaging the community and assisting the county government of Nyamira so that the community can understand what FROCA is. Recently, actually, we have launched a program we call Greening Nyamira. We have actually selected 35 people, that is from every ward. That is, we are training them on green to become green champions, so that the information can reach the locals. I'm very happy, Peter Tengo. We got your people, Shakespeare, Miller, they came to Nyamira. Actually, we have launched a program, and then we are going to train them on circular economy, that is on waste management, because also we see our waste as a resource on a long place. And we have worked with, there is an organization which from Netherlands, actually, which has come to Nyamira to put up recovery machines, that is for waste recovery materials, that is biodegradable waste, plastic waste, so that we can recycle them. Again, we are going to do 4K clubs in 20 selected schools, so that, we want to go or to align it with with the CPC program, so that we can train these young people, so that when they go back to their villages, they can be able to pass that information to that is at the village level.
I'm just looking through the challenges, and these challenges cut across not all the counties, basically, because in the CSO engagements that we've been having, we normally discuss these challenges, and we find out that the FLOCA-related challenges are cutting across all counties. So in terms of implementation of FLOCA, you understand FLOCA should be locally led, which to me, that is not a reality, which we are trying to advocate for. It should be locally led, which is not being implemented the right way. So one of the challenge is poor coordination amongst different structures that are put in the counties to look through how FLOCA is being implemented. And you understand that there's at the ward level, there's ward climate change planning committees, and at the county level, we have different level of committee, be it county climate change planning committee or the council. But you find out that in terms of coordination of how FLOCA is being implemented, the ward committees normally are sidelining the implementation process. At the beginning, in the planning stages, they were fully engaged in the participatory climate risk assessment, coming up with the prioritized project, But when it comes to the next stages, which are very critical in the project implementation, you find that these ward committees are usually left behind in terms of knowing even which project is being implemented in which financial year, where is the project location, which challenges are they foreseeing in terms of the implementation of those projects.
And Peter, you've had there are not only challenges and opportunities also there. And Wendy has really summarized and finished it up. That's a punchline that you take back to Treasury. That it's enabled community structures to be more organized. Lakini pia sio kupiga CSOs. Allow me to call my colleague Mark just to come back to the stage as we exit for the next presenters. Oh, excuse Ezra. I'm requesting that we need to do a photo. Kindly just for the photo. For the panelists.